I thought it was adorable when my 7-year-old son told me he had a girlfriend. I expected hand-holding and playground crushed. But when I saw the gift he brought home for her, I realized my little boy wasn't in love. He was being extorted. My son came home with a black eye and a smile on his face. I panicked. I asked him what happened. He just blushed and said, "Mom, I have a girlfriend. Her name is Sarah." I wanted to be the supportive mom. I thought, oh, how cute, young love. But that feeling didn't last long. The next day, my son asked for $50. $50 for a second grader? He said Sarah wanted a specific friendship bracelet. I told him no. But then, things got weird. I started noticing things missing from my jewelry box. Small things at first. A silver earring, a charm from a bracelet. I thought I was just losing them. I was wrong. I decided to follow him to the park after school. I watched from behind a tree as my son met a little girl. She didn't look like a second grader. She looked like she was 10, and she wasn't smiling. I saw my son reach into his pocket and hand her something. It glittered in the sun. It was my grandmother's vintage gold watch. I couldn't stay hidden anymore. I ran out screaming his name. The girl didn't run. She just stood there cold as ice. But then, the real twist happened. A woman stepped out from a parked car nearby. She was dressed in designer clothes looking like $1,000,000. She walked right up to me and said, "Is there a problem?" I told her, "Your daughter is taking my jewelry." The woman laughed. It wasn't a mean laugh. It was a sad one. She leaned in and whispered, "My daughter isn't taking it for herself. She's taking it because your son told her his dad is a jeweler and he wanted to buy her family." I froze. My heart shattered. My husband had left us 6 months ago. He didn't have a job. He didn't have money. But my son had been telling everyone at school that his daddy was a king. He wasn't being extorted. He was trying to buy back the family he lost. He thought if he gave this girl enough gold, she would stay, because his father didn't. I looked at my son, holding his empty pockets. The girlfriend wasn't the villain. The trauma was. I took the watch back. I hugged my son right there in the dirt. And I realized, sometimes the first crush is just a kid trying to fix a broken heart with things he can't afford to lose. The most expensive thing my son ever gave away wasn't my jewelry. It was his innocence. Have your kids ever done something extreme to feel loved? Tell me your story in the comments.